just update the draft here. But yeah, so as we can see, at least on your screen, interface or not, just take it off for now. Okay, so CiC versus Resync Gaming. This is, of course, game 2 as we're talking about. CiC is up 1-0. And there you go. Obviously, not just too sure how that first game went. I believe it might have been casted by FJ as well. I think he might be casting this one technically too, but obviously it just felt like jumping in because why not? This one's going on here. Okay,
Matt,
there we go.
So we see the Zane Electrician and the KZU Tundra coming out.
Yeah, Electrician's another one of these kind of heroes that's also been popping up a little bit, and his ultimate did get buffed slightly.
Oh, did it? Okay.
It's now the cooldown of it. It's 4 seconds at level 3.
Oh wow, that's pretty substantial.
Pretty low, yeah.
I don't know if maybe it's one of those buffs that like isn't like a huge deal, but like it just kind of goes, oh yeah, that's still a hero. Let's pick it up. I know Zane does play it really well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, we've talked about that before. Zane's just one of those players at that suicide role, especially. It's not like a limp status or KZU gets that recognition, but he is worthy of it. Honestly, he's definitely a great.
Yeah, he is definitely.
All right,
as we do see Swindle Melons playing for CiC, by the way.
But, what
something
the
interesting
hell?
to note. I just noticed that.
Wow.
So we have the Swindle Melons. It's the return.
All right, Swindle Melons returning. Okay.
That's great. Who is he playing for? Mickey. Okay, so he's got some big shoes to fill.
Think he can manage?
I think he got it.
I think he's played this game before. That's interesting seeing that. Yeah. So
I wonder what role he's taking in Skype. You know, if he's gonna be the shot caller. I mean, because he's very boisterous. He's got a good strategy. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see.
He is, but I'm sure he's like, this isn't his team by any means. He's just ringing for them. So,
but old habits die hard.
Good point. Good point. No, but that is an interesting thing. I didn't even pick up on that one. I was looking at this. Look at the first game here real quickly. The recap of that one. Let's pull up the stats. See anything out of the ordinary? Not really. It's a very physical, damage-heavy lineup for a reason with the Drunken Master, the Pestilence, and the Parasite Jungle. But CiC seems like they had a lot of roam. And then
it looks like they went like maybe Drunken Middle or something.
Yeah. Okay, back to this game. Solstice. You're gonna see Solstice again. Reason not knowing the jungle.
Yeah, that's interesting. So they have the Engineer Pebbles dual middle. Pretty strong at that. Engineer, man, he got buffed like pretty substantially, but he's still here. Still a thing. Okay, let's see here. Electrician Suicide. So they're looking for like a strong solo top, possibly some or possibly is Bubble still on the board? Let's see here.
Yes.
Yes, he is. I can see a Bubble. It's just a strong solo short hero.
No, Bubbles is already picked up on.
Oh, he's already picked up. Okay, yeah, it's kind of weird jumping into a draft.
Yeah, I didn't see him banned, so I thought he was, but yeah, it's already over there.
Gemini, okay.
Fundsmeister just played a bit of Gemini. It's another one of
I'm just trying to like.
Yeah, I think. I mean, the trialing makings isn't out of the question, but.
Yeah, I mean, well, looking at CiC's heroes, you don't really want to. Okay, yeah, that's a strong solo top. That's what I was looking at. But looking at CiC's hero, you don't really want to duel in a Tundra, do you? I mean, so what do they have? They kind of have like a trialing setup almost with the Gemini, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, that's different. At the same time, though, if you got set up stuns, which they Torture's chain reaction is not the 100% reliant, but it's a solid one. You could get a Twin Fangs to follow.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst trialing, but it's kind of a little bit awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't. Might we see a dueling with Tundra or something? Who knows? I guess we'll just have to see.
We will. All right, so loading in. So, of course, jumping into another series here. By the way, quick note on that, guys. Again, there's just been a lot of reschedules going on that are going to be played this week. And speaking of that, we were going to be having BMG versus CiC later today. So I do apologize if you were tuning in because I didn't mention that yesterday. But late last night, it was actually determined that they weren't going to be able to play later today. And instead, they rescheduled that matchup to the weekend. So the BMG CiC esports matchup, which obviously and understandably a very popular one that I'm sure a lot of people would look forward to, not going to be happening tonight, but rather the weekend. So this will be our last series here, at least, covering for today. But usually wouldn't even cover on Thursday. It's usually a Tuesday, Wednesday thing, but because of all the reschedules that we talked
You know,
about.
it's a little bit unfortunate that we don't have that game to watch, but man, we're gonna have a packed weekend. I can tell you that.
I keep going back to that, yeah.
You better be busy, Breaky. Or you're gonna be busy, Breaky.
I better be busy.
You better be busy. Do not
am.
cast it. Yeah, no.
I'm going to be busy.
It's gonna be great though. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yeah. You guys obviously have a bit of matches to play yourself.
Yeah, we have one on Thursday, and then I don't even know. Like,
oh, wait, what am I saying? Yeah, Thursday's
16
tomorrow. I thought Thursday was today for some reason.
Okay.
Thursday's tomorrow. Yeah, you play CiC tomorrow.
Yeah, we play CiC tomorrow.
So, yeah, we have 2 more matches tomorrow with that said. CiC versus you guys, The Last of Us, and then CiC versus Reason, actually, is the match to follow that. So
CiC versus, you mean BMG?
No, CiC versus Reason, actually. So it's a repeat of this match. Yeah.
Okay.
That again, with the reschedule,
Weird.
I guess it just worked that way.
They must have rescheduled it from a long time ago.
Earlier in the season, yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. So yeah, this is the first time they've met, with that said.
So I'm really interested to see how CiC wins this. Are we going to see the legendary Zlap pull the lane again through the jungle?
Yeah.
That may be a bit difficult the last hit, though, as a ranged hero.
Yeah, we did see, of course, you're referring to the Behemoth.
Yes. That was pretty exciting to watch.
That was fun. What is this Solstice? Am I...
It's like headless or something?
Where the hell is his body?
Headless turkey or something?
Yeah, it's not headless, just no body. It's like just armor. That's a fun bug.
Is that a bug or is that like
that has to be a bug. Oh, the team's gonna love seeing this. They're gonna see it and they're gonna be like,
got a bit lazy and just said, "Yeah, we'll just." And then
I'm gonna throw a piece of armor in here. That's pretty hilarious. All right, well, St. Rock's playing him right there. So again, the Zane Electrician, as you pointed out.
I'm excited to see how the Zane Electrician works out. Yeah, I'm really stumped though on CiC's lanes. Are we just gonna see a standard tri-lane and kind of do some of the Insania polling, possibly?
Mm-hmm.
They do have the later game with the Gemini, so maybe they just want to play it safe or whatever.
Yes, you always, obviously with the hero like Electrician, when he brings a tool with that cleansing shock, the purge effect, you always think about what that could be useful for. And Legion team, it could also be great for killing the Shiver instantly as well as the Curial. Of course, that
yeah, definitely
damage it does.
That's not too much use for it other than the slow and the speed up, which is definitely not to be overlooked.
All right. Yeah, and then, as you said, the speed of the slow. And like I said, it's a 4-second cooldown now at level 3. Only 12 seconds even at level 1, so you can use that quite frequently throughout fights. So apparently they only have another minute here before technically they have to unpause it. So either they're really breaking down the strategy here of what they should expect to see, or maybe they genuinely are just waiting on somebody to get back. But this courier, I never paid too much attention to these couriers, but there's some fun ones too.
I've never changed a courier like that. I don't even think I know how to.
Yeah, there's like a button right below the courier. I think you click on it and then it gives you all the options, and you can.
It's been in the game for like 4 years.
Yeah.
I've just no idea.
nom on the box. That's great.
That's awesome.
The rats carrying.
So like carry out.
I guess so. Oh well. All right. So here we are. Okay, there's the real Solstice. Now that we're out of the pause.
So they're running 4 bottom, possibly looking for. Let's see here. Okay, so Tri-Lane top coming out, as I was kind of getting at Solo Bubbles bottom. This, if the lanes stay how they are right now, I think this is gonna go in favor of Legion. I mean, Slither really needs that 1v1 matchup.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like Slither can't really rotate anywhere.
Yeah, that is a problem with this hero. He's like short lane or bust.
Yeah, exactly.
So this could be
and they can't really rotate like an engineer top. I mean, he would just get stomped too. So Slither is probably going to be seeing not too much farm this game.
At least on the earlier part, but obviously that's our reason. We'll hope for, I'm sure, Pro Buska and Pebbles here to shine and whatnot. So we'll see how that comes about. But I was trying to remember to refer back to those stats that I was talking about. Let me move that over here. See if I can pull them up here.
I think Imbaboy was up there on the goal per minute, if I recall.
Yeah, Imba Boy was up there, definitely. I was thinking of one that included Probusk, though.
Oh, yeah.
Another one there, but he would have been that one.
Okay, so we see good movement, though, from Hellborne. One thing to point out, Solstice is moving right away to Hellborne jungle.
Yeah.
Or rather, Legion jungle. Which is going to benefit them a lot. So they're effectively suiciding the Slither, basically. He's going to have a really hard time, but as long as he doesn't die, I think Hellborne might come out of this relatively fine. He might... Oh, gosh, he's... Look at Torture, though. Man.
Yeah, Slapped, getting a good angle right there. And speaking of Slapped, actually, so I have this stat up here that I was thinking about. The top kills plus assist to death ratio. So I think that's an important one. And it's actually, they're going to go in up here at the top lane. Slither, yep, there's the wall off, and down goes Slither. So, I mean, that was being set up since the very beginning.
Yeah, it's... and that's kind of what would, like... I couldn't see any other way of that lane happening, basically.
Yep.
They're going to have to rotate somehow, but I'm not really sure how they could do that. I mean, maybe, like, literally, like, yeah, dueling bottom Slither or something, or, like, jungle something weird.
Yeah.
Because you just can't send Slither top.
Yeah, I mean, jungle's not out of the question, but yeah, they're going to send him bottom here.
They may get a kill. They may get a kill bottom.
He did shell surf. There's a poison spray. Yeah, this should be a kill. Oh, jeez, it's going to be close. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so from here, I want to see like a Slither maybe stay bottom and Electrician go heal and go top or something. I guess they're not doing that. He's camping bot rune. DD on Tundra, this may be bad for Slither.
Oh, yeah. But here comes Solstice. There's the blinding rush. And now Tundra might be a little bit... Oh, he avoids the turret, actually, but in comes the Keg Stun. And now Tundra's going to be kited. Nice job dodging the piercing shards from Imba Boy, and Keizu falls. So this whole Slither death is actually working out for reason.
Yeah, no kidding, man. And like the fact that they tri-lane forced St. Rocks to Legion jungle, which obviously saves Slither there. It's kind of interesting turn of events. It's going to be interesting to see if Solstice plays really aggressive on Bubbles bottom.
Yeah.
Bubbles uses a shell surf, he may be in trouble.
Yeah, Sodamelons, of course, playing the Bubbles here for CiC again. He's just ringing, guys. Don't look too much into it.
Exactly. Now as we're calming down, though, we do have a Gemini just free farming 1v0 top. One thing about this hero, too, is he can actually suicide relatively well, so it's not like the worst thing to just stick him up here. You know, he can get out of harm's way. And they're going to adjust to the tri-lane or something bottom, and force out Solstice. He's in big trouble here. He's going to go down. He
is, yeah. He's trying to heal up off the creeps, which he is a little bit. I mean, he doesn't have any other regen, though. Yeah, that's an easy kill. So St. Rocks, that was obviously, that is a big risk. And the other jungle, as soon as the roaming support comes in.
Especially when you have no vision, right? Now, okay. It's interesting to see how lanes adjust, and due to these circumstances, and they can get kind of awkward, like a dual lane bottom with Bubbles empath. But it's just the way the game goes.
Bottom lane, here we go, Bubbles. Again, he has a shell surf here, but they want to try to get this kill. Not even close. I mean, take cover comes out and easily ports away, so committing a little bit right there, not the most by any means. But, oh, nice block off, actually, with the Vine Warp. But Slither, he's getting a little too antsy here. Going up, you see Electrician's going to be coming in with an electric shield, but the shell surf to snipe out Imba Boy. Yeah, he got way too overzealous there.
They also used the core. They had the core there, and they positioned it on top of Slither to keep vision.
Okay.
Really well played.
So doing the job right there, and now Solstice, of course, back to his own jungle. But yeah, so this is just an awkward game though for Slither. It's kind of been a funky start here.
Yeah.
For
he's
him.
almost forced to play the secondary support role.
Yeah.
Just because of the situation, which I think is a fine option, but I guess we'll have to see how Imba Boy adjusts to that. He's clearly not used to it.
Middle lane, Keizu's going to take some good damage to haste and Pebble's a big reason for this. They do get the kill, but at what cost here? Nice! Engineer just out of range. Torture,
well, at no cost,
had it. Yeah,
no cost.
Apparently. Apparently. Okay, but real quickly, so the stat that I wanted to bring up, though, was the kills plus assist to death ratio. Again, it's very important because it's not just for like the carries that are getting a lot of kills, but also for the supports and whatnot. It throws in the assists there. At the top of the list is actually, well, this guy that's about to die right here is Lapped. He gets picked off, actually, but he's actually leading the charts overall right now in the Carnage Caliber Pro League at 6.45, actually, and he's actually got a good lead. Fuzi's in second from BMG, and then he got Probusk in third. And then it's Limp, and then Flensmeister actually in fifth. So the top five, three of them are CiC Esports. as far as kills plus assists to death. So
yeah, I saw
very
Slap's
active.
number is pretty high. Probosk is doing really well this game. Gosh, he's on route to sub 10-minute portal key at this point, to be honest. And we'll see how he takes off. Imba is obviously struggling, but that was expected. I wouldn't mind to see him just play that secondary support role at this point. They do have a Solstice and Pebbles to bank on.
Yeah, again, he's almost really just forced to in this case because of the start. But again, we will see what kind of items that he ultimately goes. And you are talking about a player that he just carries. Like, he just builds carry always, and he's so used to just being the farmer. So, although it might make sense to make that adjustment just because of how the game's going, can he actually do that comfortably? So,
I mean, I'm not saying he can't farm, but maybe go more that utility route rather than just building absolute hard carry.
Yeah. Get the tablet earlier on or something like that, but
yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does go for. Bottom lane, Electrician. He's trying to defend this tower as much as he can. You know, obviously doing a pretty good job of that. But Empath and Bubbles are down here. Empath, guess what? Support with an Ion Stone. Shocker. He's got a double damage rune saved up on it right now, so make uses of that.
It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Yeah, Zane's teleporting top.
Okay.
So they're looking to force out Gemini. They're like, we are done with having this guy free farm our long lane. That's not cool. There's still a ward up there for about 5 more seconds. Is he gonna spot this aggression? No. Gemini may be in trouble here. Yeah, he's oh, Solstice ulti coming out.
There we go. Yep. No.
Oh man.
You know what? I think Gemini thought he might have had a chance, and then all of a sudden, in comes the Breath of Soul. It's like, oh, never mind, I'm dead.
That was more damage than I thought. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Again, up to 400 damage at level 1.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of damage.
Not to mention, you know, there's like a stun, slow, and it's AoE.
Yeah. Day form. It's still day form up to that point, so you got the slow on top of it.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful ability.
It sure is. So, good gank set up there. Again, Solstice seems like St. Rox knows what he's doing with that hero.
Okay, so yeah, we see Flensmeister just saying, Swindlemelons, get out of bottom, I'm here. I'm here, baby.
Yep.
So maybe we might see Bubbles adjust to the Suicide top. We are entering mid-game, though, so laning is not as important. He might just be looking for kills. Yeah, he is teleporting top.
There you go. Gets a little bit of farm right off the bat, but Slither's like, I'm not going to stick around there. He's completely underleveled against Bubbles here. And knows it, but if he gets some support, perhaps. He actually threw out a poison spray right there. Almost as if he thought Bubbles might have been coming for him, but...
was he like, trying to like stop animation cancel?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But he is going to be going in right here. Again, that sounds cooldown now for another 8 seconds, though. Engineer also going to be joining the party. So Swindlemelon's kind of in an awkward spot here. He's going to shell shift. There we go. The keg stun. It doesn't hit because of great take cover.
So Hellborne has an excellent placed lane ward between the tier 2 and tier 1 tower top. They can see that all the teleports come in. I like that.
Oh, yeah.
They saw Tundra teleport in, and they should be backing up as they might be.
Maybe. You got Solstice. No, he's still farming it up. She is level 7, and she is Night Form now. So, got a lot of that single target burst here potential with that, especially now her Crescent Strike, as it's called. Of course, the Lifesteal addition on top of that. So, we'll see if it finds an opportunity here. But not so much. You mentioned earlier, though, I mean, you just look at it, too. Probosk is just on fire this game. 2-0-0, also 67 and 28 creep farm.
50 gold tells portal key, so sub 10-minute portal key. We'll see if he uses that. I'm looking at the heroes he can burst, not Flensmeister. I mean, he needs some help for that.
Yeah.
Basically, any other hero, maybe not Bubbles, but any other hero, I bet he can burst down. So we'll see if he takes off or if he kind of keeps on farming with that portal key.
There you go. It's purchased and on its way here. With that flying courier, top lane Bubbles. He has a kelp field, but he's not going to be going for a kill by any means. Engineer level 6. No, it did it level 6 right there. So, I mean, there is a level 6 Slither as well. So as long as they don't get mitigated by that take cover, they could actually get a kill possibly here.
Yeah, Probosk intelligently didn't have his squirt. Yeah, show it until that creep wave was down. Ooh, possible pickup on Tundra. Tundra is a tanky hero, but he is sitting at 800 HP.
Or maybe Torturer. That's the better candidate. Easier, I should say. There you go. They're going to get the quick kill. But actually, Electrician runs into a little bit of trouble right here off to the side. Gemini comes in with the Twin Fangs and gets the kill. Solstice actually illuminated right there, but or luminescence as it's called, night vision.
Yeah, so I mean, not worth it on paper, but meanwhile, I mean that's 5 heroes on Legion. Meanwhile, Imbaboy is actually recovering very well. He's pushing out top, and I believe Engineer was, I don't know, I guess he was rotating middle, but I would say that's about even. I mean, yeah, you lost an electrician for torture, but you're farming on your Slither meanwhile.
Yeah. It's finally finding a little bit of room here. So although the portal key technically wasn't used there by Pebbles, still he gets active with it, and they do get a kill as a result. So that's what you like to see. The Ring of Sorcery picked up by Electrician, mix of a tanky / just a great item, of course, on Electrician.
Yeah, it's incredible how tanky that item makes you.
Yeah.
I think that was called the Bryce build way back when.
That's
back
classic.
before like Mana Ring was even like a thing.
Oh yeah, he was definitely the first Electrician.
Shout out to Emperor, by the way. Great guy.
I'm sure he tunes in every now and then still. Indeed a great guy.
Slowed, but I don't think he's going to go down here. They do have the lane ward for vision. Nope.
Yeah, I can't commit to that. The Terra there. Pebbles are there perhaps, but yeah, can't do with what they got to work with right there. So Bubbles does lift. Lensmeister, obviously, again, understandably, because of this adjustment, his farm is starting to get a lot more comfortable now. 345 gold per minute. It's got the Energizer, the Steam Boots, of course. We'll see where he follows it up, but a couple of options here.
So yeah, Probus did go the power supply a little more, the Swindlemelon's route. Maybe shout out to Swindlemelon since he's in the game.
I don't know. To be fair, I know you mentioned that. And that used to be a true thing, but I want to say a lot of Pebbles players more recently have been doing this kind of build. As long as they just have a comfortable farm going. But actually in the middle lane, speaking of Pebbles right here, he gets the Stalagmites off Bubbles. He takes the Kex out as well. In comes a Static Grip and a big turn coming out for Reason.
That was some sexy engineer plays right there.
Yeah, that was.
A huge keg and then ulti that allowed, or that made it so Legion couldn't do anything. We see top tower being pressured, and they just use all their teleports middle. I think this could be a free tower if they look to take it, but they're not. They're just rotating middle. They're keeping the aggression with the Pebbles, which I cannot disagree with.
Yeah. And actually Torture again.
He is in.
Oh yeah, he's going to go right in for Tundra, and again, especially with that DD. No chance right there for Tundra to live through that, so. Yep, Probusk, he's working it for a reason here.
Probusk is rocking and rolling right now, that's for sure. He's not about to go 0-2.
No. Yeah, he's doing what he can for his team. And like you said, Reason had a horrible start to this event, really, but they've definitely been on a little bit of a run here. And overall, they're actually, let me double check on that, the standings. Yeah, they are in third place currently with the 9 points.
I wouldn't even say a horrible start, though. It's like, it looked pretty awkward, not having your Slither be able to get anything, but they did have a jungler and whatnot.
I meant to the season, to be fair.
Oh, okay. Yes.
But yeah, no, this game, yeah, it's bad for him, but yeah, overall it's been a pretty even start.
Yeah, Reason's really coming back as far as the season goes. I mean, Legion, in this, I would argue as the harder carry in Gemini, but Hellborne does have a lot to stop that, and they are at a pretty considerable advantage right now.
Yeah. You see right here. Again, just getting more and more farm on Flensmeister. He does get that Quick Blade pickup, so going to be going that Firebrand, at least initially. How about that pickup from Solstice, though? Gets the Lightbrand here.
Well, I mean, I guess that just shows you that he's going the farming build. Something kind of interesting. I feel like Europeans really favor that Lightbrand. Yeah. And it's not just because they're European, but I believe it's because it's kind of picked up in the European Team M scene a lot, and yeah, I don't know. Therefore, it's just a little more popular. I don't know, but definitely looking for the farming route with that Lightbrand. I don't see any other reason for that.
Yeah.
Possible pick off on Bubbles here.
They get the top tower. You see, Swindlemelons knows something's up.
I feel like Pebbles could have gone though. I know he's invis. I'm trying to run up melee range of him, but. Great presence of mind coming out by Swindlemelons nonetheless.
Yeah. And maybe a while since it's been a competitive match, but hey, he's obviously has quite the history as a player. So able to avoid right there. In fact, that was maybe even a little bit of a mistake by Probus. No take cover even used. That was just simply a miss. Just the chug. Yeah,
I feel like he could definitely had a kill on Swindlemelons, but other than that, he's still having a really strong game. Gemini is taking triple stacks in his ancient. Or in his jungle, rather.
Yeah, he's got the split up dogs right here right now. They're together currently, but actually starting to split up a little bit in here. the ice and the fire, of course. Electrician taking out triple stack. Ancients in the meantime on his side and assisting with some farm there. Plating creeps.
I'm not a huge Gemini player or anything, but what do you think Gemini should build this game?
Again, Gemini really is just one of those heroes that's you got a lot of options. There is the Dawnbringer route. I don't think that is the best route though.
You know, I know like there's an argument for like BKB or rather Shrunken Head not being that great because you know it doesn't work in his dog form. But look at Hellborne's team.
Yeah.
I feel like it's almost a must.
That's okay. Shrunken Head into a Behemoth's Heart, I think is just so strong in that hero. Something
also to mention, a little thing, but with his spell or his passive Element of Force, what it's called, he attacks twice, so he can kill Engineer ulti really fast. So I mean, maybe he can pop his BKB.
Wait.
Or Shrunken Head. Right?
No, you're thinking old Elemental Force.
Has that changed?
That's changed.
Okay.
That's changed a while ago, yeah.
I mean, I've literally never played Gemini, so my bad.
No, that's fine. No, that's funny you brought that up because I was like thinking about it, I'm like, I thought that's what it used to be before they actually made it. What is now Element of Force. So the Element of Force, this is the one where it just increases based on your
of course.
stats.
Yeah, it was literally just like you attack twice kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, shoot. Well, regardless, I think he might be looking at a Shrunken Head later in this game as kind of a must item.
No, no matter the point, it's still Shrunken Head. I do 100% agree. I still think that is the strong choice. And like I said, Shrunken Head into a Behemoth's Heart is, again, especially the Behemoth's Heart because of skills with that strength gain, the armor penetration, a very, very strong tool and assists with your damage a lot too. So, but you know, he's going to be going the Firebrand, so usually Geometer's Bane maybe not the go-to item for a Gemini. So maybe in the full Dawnbringer at this point, but
I think it's fine. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say rush a Shrunken Head by any means. Then you're kind of just a walking meat shield.
True. But this Hellborne team, if especially pick up on that,
they do have a ton of magic damages for sure.
And they got a team that's gonna be able to go here sooner than later.
Yep.
Starts making a push. So you got Pebbles, Soul's Bulwark. In fact, just finished on him. So again, he's keeping his farm up. Solstice, like you talked about, more the farming route here earlier on, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of accepts the fact that Pebbles has the mid-game. He has the aggression. He's like, okay, I'm just going to take this late game. Yeah. My Dawnbringer into whatever route. Possibly Shrunken Head after that, and then, like, the moniker. Who knows?
Top lane, no, they were trying to set something up, but Tundra... Kaiser, this is definitely one of our very lesser active Tundra games for Kaiser, and that's mainly been because of the lockdown early on. He still doesn't have that portal key. He went Steam Boots first too, and from my history with Kaiser playing the Tundra, it seems like he usually likes those Striders, but actually Pebbles picks off Empath in the jungle, happens to find her, but...
Yeah, Casey's also maxing out his Call of Winter, which is really good, a really good spell, but one thing about that is I would say it lessens your laning phase ability, so that's something to know. Maybe that's why he's not having as good of a game as he generally does. So you pick off top on Imba Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, he was really pushed up right there, and even despite this Ward of Sight being here, they were still able to catch him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they had the vision, but what can you really do when you get Bubble Scout Field? So maybe that Ward kind of was the reason he died. He thought he was safe, but no, he kind of forgot about the whole Bubbles thing.
Yeah. Now, this is interesting. Support's by himself down here. He ported in. He was the only one to do so. And Electricia's now going to try to take advantage of that. Yep, there's the keg stun, and down goes Empath. So I think that had to be miscommunication right there on the part of CiC Esports.
Yeah, definitely.
No reason that he would just port by himself. And they get the middle tower. Jeez. I mean...
Man.
This is a strong start here. Icon of the Goddess just finished on Electrician. He didn't even have to split up the Ring of Sorcery.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Legion is really just trying to dodge aggression right now. However, they still are getting picked off. They're just trying to give time for Gemini, but with doing so, they're just giving up free towers, and they're just conceding their jungle and everything. I mean, obviously Hellborne has a substantial advantage in Pebbles and whatnot with PK, but I think it's more of a testament to Reason's playing this really well. Yeah. As we see a possible kill on Bubbles bottom, he's shell surface down, and his ulti is definitely going down.
Yep, he's going to Song of the Sea, says, get off me! He has a shell surf coming up, but it doesn't matter.
So right there, so there's no Warden lane, there's no vision, but Probuff saw the angle of the Shell Surf come out into the jungle, and from that, he judged exactly where Melons was.
Okay.
Blind blinked in.
Gemini,
I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Middle lane, Twin Fangs away, is going to be fine for now. And I think he should be fine, yes, Empath able to wall off. So they were trying to lock him down long enough right there, but the TPs never actually came in. In fact, Pebbles ported back to base. I think he might have been out of mana, though. So
yeah, I can't quite remember, but possibly with the Pebbles teleport, it could have been a kill, who knows.
How about that, though? Searing Light on Solstice, so again, the Dawnbringer is going to be coming for him.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
Near future, and there's a full Demonic even on Pebbles, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, Reason, you know, they know that they're up, they know the state of the game, and they're really putting the pressure on, and I completely agree with their decision. They're not letting Legion farm at all.
Yeah. Yeah, not getting any comfortable. I mean, look at that vision right now. Yeah, you got the top lane from Zlap, but other than that, or top lane there.
That's a really unfortunate counter ward from Zlapped. It's barely out of range of and it's actually worse. I would say it's worse that they have that counter ward there because they think they're safe. They think that Reason doesn't have, you know, vision, but they do. So
that's true.
It's kind of the mind games thing.
Yep.
That's why I would say, like, sometimes counter wards, even if you don't counter any ward, it's not a bad investment because you know they don't have vision there, and that's has value of its own.
So he does end up going Geometer's Bane on Gemini, and it's I don't know. I guess where I'm getting at, it's not, we don't usually see it on Gemini. I think the main reason is because you already have that ultimate of yours to do the same purpose in the end of splitting up, and thus removing all the buffs and debuffs. So
yeah,
it's like obviously still more damage in the end, sure, but I don't know if that's the best option.
Yeah. I mean, it is against Slither. It's good against Slither. It's good against Purge.
It does give him a second exit, I mean, in that sense. I guess,
It can be used after your Purge energy field, I believe, right? Yeah, pick off bottom and...
Yeah, onto Electrician right there.
I gotta say, I do like the Geometers. I do like it. You can also split yourself up and kill all, you know, the energy field quick if you want to. There's a lot of uses, a lot of small uses for it in this game.
Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah.
Possibly Shrunken Head next, though. Or he might just want to tank up and get Frostwolf or something.
Yeah. Yeah, they're obviously CiC Esports is putting a lot of reliance on him, though. I mean, you got a Bubbles series, still no Porky. In fact, Bubbles. This is definitely Swinnamelons-esque, but going the Sackstone here earlier on and getting that. I mean, I look at this Hellborne team, though. The physical threat is not the biggest. Granted, at the same time, you do have Pebbles now with the Demonic Breastplate, so in that sense,
it's looking like. So yeah, he went Sackstone. And now it really looks like he's going Puzzle Box.
Oh,
and I do see the reasoning behind that. You got the Solstice ulti, you got the Slither ulti. I mean, they have a lot of AoE, and they can't really help but kill the Puzzle Box. There's gonna be some 800 damage nuke going to something.
Yeah.
Some hero on Hellborne team. I really like that pickup.
Yeah.
Skipping the portal key a little bit questionable, but
that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe he just feels like, okay, even if we initiate at this rate, we're gonna lose this team fight still. So I need that little extra oomph.
They're gonna find some people here. Empath going inside Gemini. He's in the path spot. He's out of mana currently. Tundra though locking down Pebbles with the Avalanche. But Pebbles says, "Get off me, bro!" And here we go. The Poison Nova coming out right there. Tundra falls. Down goes Gemini. Empath's gonna be caught as well. That's gonna be a cleanup right there for Reason Gaming. And now here comes a middle push. There are buybacks, at least one on Gemini, but probably not going to happen. This is definitely going to be a tower push. In fact, Pebbles wants more. Probably not, though. Yeah, the take coverage is a little too strong. Solstice doesn't even care, though. Going right in.
Well played by Swinnamelons there, but man, that's not an area or position you want to fight as CiC against Reason. Their AoE heroes. They're kind of bottlenecked there. Now Reason is just going to go, okay, we're just going to keep maximizing resources. Actually, looks like they're going to go Kongor here. Good decision, just keep up the pressure. Haste Rim bottled up on Pebbles. I might be a playmaker later in the game.
Oh yeah, that's going to be enough for 2 minutes, so sure they would make use of that. Yeah, they don't do Kongor in the end, though.
Yeah, I mean, they might have just looked at it as a risk, an unnecessary risk. They're already leading so much, why risk it?
Yeah.
Instead, they just farmed out entire Legion's jungle. Solstice is in trouble here. If Thunder ulties, he's not ulting for some reason.
Yeah, I almost want to say like they couldn't see Solstice, but there would be no reason why they couldn't. I mean, hell, they even had a Rev Ward
when he charges, they can't see him because of Invis, but they had a Sentry Ward. I mean, but who would he charge to get, you'd have to charge into someone.
Yeah, it did look like, though, they couldn't see him somehow, so.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta get the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's some weird mechanic that I'm not aware of.
The charge doesn't allow you to go Invis for that time, but happened right there for whatever reason. But anyways, gonna be fine, obviously. So against CiC Esports, they probably have one fight like that left in them, and if it comes in on the losing end, that's probably gonna be it and force a game 3. But Gemini, he is gonna be working towards that shrunken head now. It looks like he's got the Mighty Blade, of course, purchased. So speaking of that, Solstice, no full Dom Ringer. He gets the shrunken head himself, actually. So
yeah, interesting choice, especially since his primary attribute is the strength. I see a lot of Solstices do this, and I think their rationale is because attack speed with his passive is really strong. Support is not having a good day with this Pebbles.
Nope. And again, that's understandable. Pebbles can start like this, it's not much hope for the support players. He does have the Invis Skull.
I don't know if this was touched on, but Pebbles has a Demonic, and he almost has a Shrunken Head.
Oh yeah, no, he's had the Demonic for a little bit now, and
he is a force to be reckoned
with.
Yeah,
I brought it up earlier when we were talking about the Saxstone actually with Bubbles. Like, yeah, I guess you do have a Demonic breastplate Pebbles now, so he's hitting hard. The physical damage, but yeah, he's got a full Shrunken Head now being delivered, so there's a couple of those on this career. Oh no, Solstice, I don't think he's actually finished his yet. I think he might have just bought the pattern. He might still need one of the items, but...
So, yeah, if I were Hellborne, I mean, they're in a super comfortable position. I would look to take Kongor. There's no way Legion can like take a team fight against you. And then with Kongor, I might try to pressure base. Because you are still looking at a Gemini.
Yeah.
I know they're substantially behind, but that is something to keep in mind.
Yeah. In fact, you got Gemini right here using those illusions of his to scout out what was a possible gank incoming, but obviously unsuccessful there at the end. So ended up forcing him out, though. Solstice must have changed his build then, because he just bought a Hungry Spirit here. So he's he might have sold this Shrunken Heads part. I don't know. He's going Abyssal.
He must be going. I'm guessing Abyssal. I'm definitely guessing Abyssal. I mean, that's the only option, yeah. So Abyssal Skull. He does have a Shrunken Head too.
Yeah. Does he? It's on the courier?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he just hadn't delivered that yet. Jeez.
And it looks like, okay, Pebbles is going Staff, judging by those 2 items.
Oh boy.
Either Staff or Basher, and I can't see a Basher.
No, that's definitely going to be Staff, yeah.
There's going to be some crazy stuff happening.
Group Chuck for the win. Yeah, it's rare we've seen this. It's kind of funny. The one time I do remember seeing it was, what event was that? That wasn't at the Haunted World Finals, but I think it was at the GSL even. The GSL event.
Oh, I remember that. There's some. It was actually worked out really well.
Yeah, it was some huge Group Chuck. We like just jumped into the game.
I forgot. It was like 2 lesser-known teams, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was some Southeast Asian teams.
But it was pretty awesome.
It was fun to watch.
I remember I saw that.
I mean, if you're at this point in the game, it is a good item. It's not like just a complete troll item by any means. It definitely has a lot of potential.
Yeah, but I think he's doing it more so because he's just so comfortable with where the game is, rather than him going, this is what I need. This is an item.
True.
But I can't say I'm disappointed.
Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so, again, the Legion team, there is that puzzle box finish on Sonoma. I was talking about that earlier. He's got level 1 of that now. So at least some good use there.
I mean, that's going to hopefully come into play. Level 3 is, really where it becomes strong, but...
Abyssal Skull's finish on Solstice, or at least going to be delivered. Shrunken Head just delivered to Gemini. He's running into a trap, though, if he's not careful. He's going in, actually. No.
He might just be a little bit frustrated with the fact that he literally cannot farm anywhere.
Hark my call.
I mean, at some point, I feel like CiC's going to need to take some risk. They might need to go for some pickoff, as Hellborne is taking Kongor, and there's nothing that CiC can do about this. They just finished the Abyssal, maybe that kind of keep them in on, oh, hey, we can Kongor super easily now.
Yeah. Well, it's not even on him yet, but whatever.
Okay, well.
they did finish it technically, but there we go. Now it's delivered in. going to kill Kongor. But yeah, easy token of life for Pebbles. Yeah, Pebbles gets it.
So now, now look for help to go through Legion Forest, take bot tower, and then pressure base. There's no reason.
Are you sure though? I think those were actually Slither's components because he just finished his Staff of the Master.
Oh, okay, they must have been. I might have just been so like excited about a possible.
Staff of the Master Pebbles. No, I didn't even check myself. I was on board with
it was Imba Boy. I don't know why I thought Imba Boy was Pebbles for a second. Okay, so that's my bad. But there's a staff out there.
Way to ruin it though. Here I thought we were gonna have group
so much
action.
So much hype. I know. We need to tell Pro Muskie needs to get a staff now.
Boy. But yeah, obviously on solo that's big and now makes it lethal on top of just even more damage. So here we go. Middle push. What do you do here for your CiC? Obviously you're dealing with the token here on Pebbles. Gemini getting some decent damage off here in the front lines. Those are just illusions though. Puzzle box explosion.
Yeah, he purged the puzzle box. Okay. Forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's true. And guess what? The cooldown's already out. It's 4 seconds. Yeah, he has the ability to insta-kill all these summon minions.
That was the puzzle box, and now that 4,000 gold is worth this. So
yeah, so now that you think about it that way, maybe it wasn't the most efficient pickup. But here we go. Bubbles going in. So I'm going to see no kill field, though. Oh, you already used it. Okay. I didn't even see it earlier.
Yeah, puzzle box is really a hit-or-miss item, for sure.
Yeah, they're just going to stick here.
Pebbles can just keep on whacking at the racks or tower, and there's nothing we can do.
Once again, jumping in, there's the golden Pebbles appearing, though. He misses his stalagmite. Thunder going to be locked in eventually by the static grip. He goes down, poison burst in the background. Gemini, though, has a stricken head up. He's going to hold his ground. Engineer taking some good damage, but he stays alive. And the energy field doing a little bit of work. Nobody dead on the side of Freezing Gaming just yet. Well, the CiC Esports the complete opposite. Bubbles going to end up falling in the background. Gemini, he's in survival mode now. He's in the background trying to stay alive. Pebbles, he's low, but he has a token, remember, so he doesn't really care too much. They do come through.
I feel like Reason kind of even played that sloppy, but it just doesn't matter at this point.
Too far ahead here, so CiC Esports, we'll see how much longer they try to stay into this, but clearly
it's not looking so good.
14 charges on the icon, by the way, for electricity.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that item does make a lot of sense on Electrician now that
he's one of the, it's like him and Dr. Pulsar.
I would even argue it's better on, it's like the best item on him, or I mean, better than like even on Dr. Repulsor.
Oh yeah, just because of the inherent tankiness again from the mana pool. So he's doing well, and
I wonder
just got a shrunken.
You know, I wonder if that icon change was kind of something that keyed Zane into thinking that Electrician was a viable pick again.
Yeah, the icon change though. It was more of a nerf than anything, wasn't it? I mean, it did.
I'm talking about like
very old
to make it what it is now.
Okay.
Like you know, a while ago.
Yeah, a long time ago then. So,
but
Electrician didn't start popping up till recently here. So.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that was
probably
the
not.
case. But I think Electrician's again, it's just always been a sound hero. But
yeah. He was pretty substantially nerfed, as I believe, though.
Yeah, his electric shield has been changed a lot. It used to be a passive, I believe, if I remember correctly, to like
a passive,
more damage. I think way in the past, wasn't it, or something else? Maybe it wasn't.
I remember always using it, but you could be right.
Kelfield misses there on Bubbles, and actually, they're trying to respond right here. Solstice coming in. Torture's going to be the victim here, and the gang squad continues. Side of recent gaming, yeah, we would have to ask Emperor for confirmation.
I mean, I remember like you could use it like even when you had 1 mana.
Yeah.
And as long as you didn't get hit, it would just be on full effect. And that was pretty crazy overpowered, I think. Yeah, but they're just gonna steamroll their base. Still have token for 45 seconds.
Pebbles going in, Gemini taking some damage. He hasn't used his cooldown just yet. He hasn't been able to. He got locked down the whole time. He does have a buyback. Energy field is up though. Pebbles against, he still has the token for another 36 seconds right here. They're just committing way deep into the CiC Esports baseball. Guess what? Because they can. Pebbles made it falling right here, but again, it just doesn't matter. Gemini, after his buyback, he's already falling back to the well. Torture gets locked down. I'm expecting the GGs to be coming out here.
Yep.
And a very possible
Pebbles,
game 3.
Pebbles lost token with 20 seconds left on it. It's kind of...
It's efficient use of it.
Yes, it is. I really do love that 5-minute change on the token, though.
Oh, yeah.
there's no more sitting around just going, we have token, you can't do anything.
No, it's been a very obvious change.
It's very obvious, yeah.
So they're going to keep it going. Brutalizer, by the way, was finished on Solstice going into that. Hellflower was on Pebbles going into that, so there's even items that we hadn't mentioned yet that they had, of course.
You know, like, the 2 minutes doesn't sound very long, but if you look at it, like, from the perspective, like, after you Kongor, you generally kind of reset, and that takes a minute.
Yeah.
So, basically, like, in essence, the token's only effective for, like, 6 minutes, or 4 minutes, and it used to be, like, 6 minutes. So if you look at the percentage of usefulness, it's, like, kind of cut in half. Or it's kind of cut by 50%. I don't know, that's kind of how I look at it. I mean, I think that's the reason that it's seen such a massive... It's so obvious.
Yeah.
The change is so obvious.